UK. So you'll get everybody who spoke in the UK 6 weeks ago and shared the stage with me there. So that there's a whole range of people from that you'll be getting as well. So anything you put out, do feel free to do that. Feel free to Periscope, feel free to tweet, do whatever you want to do on social media. We're not going to restrict anything for social media because my whole business was built around social media. This is what somewhere I worked with in the UK looked like when I started working with it. I joked with the person who was running this night. He said, how do I take my club night from being a bit of a failure to a bit of a success? I said, do you really want to be a bit of a success? There's the floor. He did, this is it, like Rob was saying, it's really important to have a focus and know exactly what it is you're trying to achieve in your business. So unless you know what you're trying to achieve, how do you know when you've made it there? This week I went to watch a film that was only in the cinema for 3 days, made by Ed Sheeran. He's the first and only person to ever sell out Wembley Stadium as a solo artist, aged 24. Just give you a minute for that to sink in. At 24, he sold out Wembley Stadium, not once, not twice, but 3 nights in a row. On his own, on a stage, with a loop pedal. He then sold out on tickets in cinemas to watch that performance, in cinemas all around the world. But he deliberately only put it out for 3 days because this is right here, it's right now. By next week, you're talking about Taylor Swift because she's in Australia. He understood it and he understands his audience and he's very, very humble. I worked with him 6 years ago and he's exactly the same person he is now as he was then. He gave up everything with a very dedicated idea of where he was going in his business. He sold everything he had except for his guitar, started sleeping on people's sofas, and now he's selling out Wembley Stadium 3 nights in a row. That's a success story if ever I heard one. If you ever needed inspiration, look to someone like that. He's got talent. Everybody's got a talent. If you can identify your talent and you can then leverage that and use it, learn the skills that you need to make the most of the talent. Take the talent and you, through leverage, whether it's working with other people, whether it's learning how to use social media, whatever it is you need to learn, spend the time, invest your time wisely. I currently manage 8 of my own brands online, and I manage all of the social media from my office in 2 hours. Everything I put out on social, bar anything that I do in live streaming, is done in 2 hours or less a week for 8 different brands. Because I'm using the right tools and I've spent the time learning how to do it. Getting back to this story, he said, how do I make this event really busy? I said, what's your budget? Well, we're really struggling and we're struggling to actually keep this event alive, so it's about this big. He's a very close personal friend of mine and I like a challenge. Funnily enough, this is an Australian-themed bar in the UK called Walkabout. It's a terrible bar. This bar really has nothing going for it. It did maybe 10 years ago. It's really not at all Australian. Now I live in Australia, I can say that.
Do they have Fosters? Get asked on this.
Yeah. Fosters? Actually you'll see the range of drinks that they sell on one of the slides in a minute. So this night, there's also, when I started working with them, not very much special about this night. The bar holds 576 people when it's full.
Wow.
This is the week we started working with them. He said, how to make the place look really busy with this many people in? So it's really easy.
That's how you do it.
Hey, we're taking a team photo, everyone to stage! Looks busy. It's not massively busy, but it looks busier than it does if you photograph 2-3 people with space in the background.
Before you even said that, I thought that's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think this is busy, this is 3 weeks later.
Yeah, cool.
Can anyone see the floor?
No.
Budget for this? Social media and leverage. Everything in here was done because we understood what these people wanted. As soon as you can understand what someone wants, you can make them do anything. I'll say it again. Once you understand what someone wants, you can make them do anything. Because everybody has a driving motivator. Something that makes them get up when it's a bad day, that makes them keep doing that, keep trying with their business, keep training to be the best athlete they can be. Something motivates them. It's never money. Money won't make you get out of bed when it's a bad day, when you're hungover, when it's raining outside and you have to walk to work. You will never get up for money. Money's a beautiful byproduct. In this picture, this club, bear in mind that it holds 576 people, has how many people in it? 576 people. Because it's at complete capacity. The club had never seen this happen. This bar has been open for 8 years when I stepped in the door to do this, and they've never seen it like this. In fact, this caused me a massive problem because they had 8 bar staff on. A little bit of a problem. You can cause a problem through your own success. So the planning is a really important part. The bar didn't think for a minute it was possible to do this, because they'd never seen it and they couldn't understand how to get people through the door. So how did I go from having 50 people in a club to having 576 people in a club? Sean, do you want to go out for a drink?
Sure.
Cool, do you want to bring some mates?
Sure.
How many people are going for a drink now?
10.
So if everyone in the first photo brought a friend, 100 people in the club, I just doubled the numbers. Cool, buy one, get one free on the front door. In you come. It's quite simple if you understand what motivates these people. What motivated these people to go to this bar? Give you a clue. Top left, £1, big sign. Really cheap drinks. For anyone who doesn't know currency, that's about $2. Why does this flyer work? If you saw this flyer, why would it work?
Because it looks like it's popular, a lot of people, and money.
The emotion, yeah, you're going to have fun.
If you've ever been to this bar, what's the chances you're in that photo? We made it personal to people.
Yeah.
This is all about you.
Yeah.
You make the event. It was never about the bar, it was never about the DJ. In fact, only in the last photo we ever released for this event did we have the DJ in it. It was all about the people in the event. If you look at this, it's taken from above. If you think back to the first photo, it's taken from below. We actually had to climb on scaffolding to take the last photos we ever took in this bar. We started facing this, so imagine this was the room, because it's pretty similar. We started here. Let's get all of you guys on the stage, take a photo. By the time you've got too many people to put on the stage, you get on the stage and you photograph down. It's exactly what we did with this. We understood what motivated these people. A lot of them are students, and a lot of them were locals. So as a bar, they were hitting a full demographic of everybody in the local area. Cheap drinks, great time. I'm going to point this person out because she's someone, because of this event, that started working with me. See this girl with a really big cheesy grin on her face? She walked in, I went, do you want a job? Because she came in, and at the moment she walked in, her personality was beaming from ear to ear. Fortunately, she had a big group of friends as well, which helped. Everybody that I employed when I was running the business back in the UK doing this was employed because of their personality, not because of their skills. Why do people employ people based on skills?
So they can get the job done.
Okay,
So dumb.
but
Skills
my job and how I built this brand as big as I did was through photography. Who here can take a good photo? Right? Everyone can take a photo, and everyone's opinion of that photo will be different. If I took all of you and trained you how to take photos, you think they'd all look similar and the same?
Yeah.
Because you've been trained to take them that way. I can teach you the skills, I can't teach you to be a nice person.
Yeah.
I could try. Very, very difficult to change somebody, but you can change their skills. So we understood what motivated these people. This girl got employed because she likes to colour her hair. It's not strictly true. She's a really lovely person. She's never picked up a camera in her life. If anybody knows me, I've been a professional photographer for over 10 years. That is the camera that's sat over there. I very rarely ever let someone pick up my camera, especially in nightclubs. This is the week she started working with us, and she's holding my camera. There's a whole level of trust going on here with a new member of staff. What does that do for our relationship?
Makes it strong.
At no point when I was running this business was I ever a boss. To me, the implication of being a boss is I'm going to tell you what to do, you're going to get it done, and you feel like you have to because otherwise I'm going to come and have a go at you. The reason I could do that with a bar, and I could do that with numerous other businesses, is understanding what motivates people, knowing what the end goal is, and then working out a strategy to get from one to the other. Every single week when I was running this business, we had a staff meeting. It's a lot of staff meetings, right? Everybody I employed in this business was 18 to 24. Most unreliable age of people you could possibly wish to employ. The reason that this worked is because we didn't build a business, we built a team. If you build the right team, they'll build your business for you. You might have noticed if I turn around this way, there's something written on my back, up here. This is a brand that these people created. I never created the hashtag. The staff started talking on social media, and the company was called All Things Wear, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. And they took this, because obviously it's abbreviated to ATW, and started just putting hashtag Team ATW every time they talk to each other. So they created it. We went, cool, put it on their uniforms. By doing that, we empowered the people who were doing the work for us. It's their idea. In the same way, every week when we had a staff meeting, our staff meetings were really long. If you've ever been to a staff meeting, you dread going to them. Our staff meeting started at 7:30 and finished at 9:30, a 2-hour staff meeting. 1 hour of that was management. These people were managers aged 18 of a company that was reaching 3 million people online. We gave them the power to make decisions. We empowered them to help us build the brand. At no point did I say, this is what we're doing with the business. I informed people of the decisions that have been made and how we were shaping things. But in that 2-hour window, we did an hour management meeting, which was catching up on anything, anyone, because everybody had different jobs. All the management reported back for their different bits. We had discussions. An hour later, the staff would turn up. And we would only talk to them for half an hour. So why did we have a 2-hour meeting? Any ideas? I'm not a boss. I want to know what you think of the business. I want your ideas. I'm employing 40 staff. How many ideas do I have? How many ideas do they have? We told them what was going on, and in that hour where we were talking to them, we'd do a half an hour of here's everything that's going on, everything you need to know, new contracts, things like that. Important nitty-gritty of running the business that has to happen, because in the nightlife industry, things do change every week. We then got their ideas. What do you think the last thing is that we ever did in a staff meeting? And it happened every single week.